today's video, my friends, is going to be about this absolutely gorgeous lotion that we are going to make. So let's go. Hello my friends. Today we are going to be doing a video on how to make the most simplest lotion you can ever make. There is 3 ingredients. Number 1, we have our water. Number 2, we have our oil, and number 3, we have our emulsifier. So it's as simple as that. Of course, where there is water, there can also be life. So that means you will need to use preservative unless you're going to use it in the first 3 days. You can put it in the fridge after you've made it and use it within the first few days. So that's why we're only going to be making a really small batch of 100 grams today. So let's go over into my kitchen and let's start making it. And I'll show you exactly how easy this really is. Now, to make things easy, we've just come into the kitchen and this is in my house. So let's just organize everything. So in here you can see that I have a standard pot so that I can go and put in, my ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do in a heat safe container is I do have my water in this container. So we have 65 grams of water. So let's just pop that in here. And then I do have 2 other ingredients. One is your emulsifying waxes. There is so many. I'm going to use 10 grams in this one. And inside here, I have some fractionated coconut oil, and we have 25 grams of this. So basically all we're going to do is get another container and put both of these in. But for now, we're just going to turn my stove on. Just turn it on low. You don't want it on high, because we just want to get this water to a really good temperature. So, and of course we want to melt down all the meltdown ingredients, and then we're going to combine it. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to get some Glad wrap. We're going to Glad wrap the top. That way no water will escape. So let's just get good old Woolies cling wrap out, and it won't melt. I used to get worried that it will melt. It won't. And of course, if you're making it for somebody else or to sell, you'll be wearing gloves. I'm not making it to sell. This is just for myself. We're going to do a plain one today. You can add fragrance if you want at 1% or less. I'm going to add nothing in it. So, we're just going to add the main ingredients. But you could also, add some essential oil at 0.5% or less if you want to. But once again, we're not going to do that. So now I've got that here. Let's just go and get another container and we will pop it on the stove. Now, because we're talking about doing a DIY, this is just a mug. Now, obviously mugs hold hot water. So in this one is dishwasher safe and so on. So I can actually use this to put in here, because it's going to fit in here, and put my ingredients in, and it's going to warm up and do the right thing. So, because if you're making it for yourself, you can easily use a mug. You don't need anything fancy. So now we're going to pour all of this inside here. So like I said, this is my emulsifier. Pop that in. And I'm also going to be popping in the fractionated coconut. Now, of course, it is already liquid, but, we want these two to combine and all the molecules to be friends. So that's why we're doing it like this. And of course, this has water in here. So inside here, we've just created like a double boil, the cheapest way we can. And now all I'm going to do is honestly just leave this for a few minutes and just watch it to see that everything's going to melt down. So I'll move the camera just to show you exactly, how it's melting down and so on. So let's just turn the camera a bit and I'll show you. So inside my containers, you can see the fractionated coconut oil. You can also see the emulsifying wax, which I've got here. And then, of course, in this one, we have distilled water. Now, do make sure all your containers are sterilized and everything else. But as I said, I'm not using preservative because I'm going to use this within 3 days. And if you do that and you decide not to use the preservative, although I do 100% suggest that, pop it into the fridge. So really, really important. And if any of you buy from Lush, you will notice a lot of Lush products say use within a certain date, and that's because they don't use preservatives in a lot of them. And that's why they need to be used straight away, because some people don't want to use a preservative. So there's nothing wrong either way, but obviously when you put water in something, it can start to go moldy very fast. So, you know, like I said, you want to use this up within a couple days, but if you're selling anything, you really do need to use preservatives. So please do a bit of reading on that. I'm not an advocate for either way, and you know, we want our oil and our water to be roughly the same temperature. So I can see it's already starting to melt a little bit, but we'll leave it and then I'll bring you back when it's ready. So you can see here I have taken them off the stove. They have totally melted down. So now let's just pour one into the other and let's blend it up, and pretty much that's your lotion done. So let's get going. So now we are going to get going. They are basically a similar temperature. You want them within 10 degrees of each other. Now, usually what I would do is I would pour the water into the oil, but it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to do it the opposite, only so that you can see through this little glass. And you can see there's not much water in here at all. But anyway, let's just pour this in. And if you can tell, straight away it's gone white, which means it's going to turn into lotion. So I've got my handy stick blender, this is a KitchenAid one, but you can use any. Let's just mix it up. It'd help if I turned it on, wouldn't it? Oh, silly me. And straight away you can see it is lotion. Now, depending whether you want a thick lotion or a thin lotion would depend on how much emulsifying wax you put in. And there's many different emulsifying waxes. You can use, I always call it wrong, Red Emulsa. I'm probably saying that wrong. NF, which is your National Formulation Emulsifier. BTMS 50, there is so many. Any of your suppliers will have them. So all we need to do is just give it a few bursts. As you can see, and it's very liquidy because it's still warm. And then what I do is leave this, then I come back a few minutes later, 10 minutes actually, and then we'll stir it again. So in the act of safety, I always remove the top. I'm going to leave this here for a few minutes. We'll come back and we will try it again. We are back, friends. It has been 10 minutes and you can see it has turned into an absolutely beautiful lotion. So this is as simple as it gets. It would definitely firm up. So this is going to be a super thick one. If you want it thinner, put your emulsifier in at around 3 to 5%. I have used 10%. 10% will give you a really, really thick lotion. But look how glorious and gorgeous this is. And this is literally just a couple spoonfuls. So I can easily use that up in a couple days. So yeah, anyway, beautiful, isn't it? I really do super duper love it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will have the full PDF recipe over on Patreon with a few extra things that you can actually do with this lotion. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, like I said, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.